The fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua doesn't look like it will happen anymore, but AJ still wants to fight again in December. The heavyweight division has been in a state of chaos for the past few days. The talks between Fury and Joshua about a possible Battle of Britain seemed to be going well. Both men agreed that the fight would take place on December 3rd. All of this fell apart, though, when Joshua was sent the contracts for the fight but took too long to sign them, enraging Fury. Kicking us off, Tyson Fury confirms that the Anthony Joshua fight is not happening now, as AJ has not signed contract by 5 p.m. Monday deadline that the Gypsy King set. After his self-imposed deadline passed, Tyson Fury said in public that he will not fight Anthony Joshua next. The Gypsy King gave AJ until Monday at 5 p.m. to sign the contract for their fight, but no paper was signed by that time. Well guys, it's official. D-Day has come and gone, Fury wrote on social media. Monday is over and no contract has been signed yet. Joshua is now out in the cold with the Wolfpack. It's over for him. Even though AJ has lost twice in a row, he challenged Fury to a fight when he heard that Alexander Usyk would not be ready to fight him until early 2023. AJ took the call and agreed to everything Fury asked of him. There was a 60-40 split in favor of the winner, a 50-50 clause for a rematch, and a proposed date of December 3rd at the Principality Stadium. Over the past few weeks, their teams have been going back and forth to try to come to an agreement on a contract, but these things take time, and no contracts have been signed yet because BT Sport and DAZN haven't worked out a way to both broadcast the event. Fury said he was fed up and would fight Mahmoud Char instead on December 3rd. On Sunday, AJ said that he would sign the contract, and his promoter Eddie Hearn said that Monday was too soon for the deal to be finished. Even though Fury said the fight was off, his promoter Frank Warren told TalkSport on Monday night that he is still working with Hearn and his Matchroom team to make it happen. So where will Joshua go next as he tries to get back on track after losing to Alexander Usyk for the second time in a row in August? Everyone would love to see Deontay Wilder fight Joshua, but he's already scheduled to fight Robert Helenius in October and won't be back in the ring again until 2023. Joe Joyce is another possible opponent. However, he just fought Joseph Parker in September, so he won't be ready for a bout in December. So here are the likely opponents Joshua could face next as he targets a return at the end of the year. First, Dillian Whyte. Joshua and Whyte have been rivals for a long time. Their first fight, when they were both still amateurs, was won by Whyte, the body snatcher. In 2015, after both Joshua and Whyte had become professionals, Joshua got back at Whyte in a heated fight. At the end of the first round, when the bell rang, the two fighters kept fighting, and some of their friends ran into the ring. The fight almost got out of hand. Once the referee got everything back under control, Joshua knocked Whyte out in the 7th round of their fight at the O2 Arena. Since then, Whyte has been asking for another chance to fight Joshua, and now that Fury doesn't seem to be a possibility, he has offered to fight in December. Whyte told Sky Sports, "If Fury doesn't fight Joshua, then Joshua and I can fight in December if Fury wants. He's been training for it, he's ready for it, and he's ready to fight Fury. If that fight doesn't happen, I'll step up and fight Joshua. That would be a great battle." Both Joshua and Whyte just lost their last fights, Joshua to Usyk and Whyte to Fury. This could be their chance to get back to the top of their division. Next, Otto Wallin or Zhilei Zhang. As Fury's former opponent, if Joshua beats Wallin more convincingly than the Gypsy King, this could be a way to get him back to the table to talk about a Battle of Britain. At least, this is what Wallin's manager, Dmitry Salita, thinks. Wallin gave Tyson Fury the hardest fight of his career, Salita said. He landed more punches on him than Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. His fans in the US and UK know and respect him. He doesn't talk trash, but he really wants the fight and thinks he will win. Both sides find the fight hard, but it's worth it in the end. If Joshua comes back soon and beats a good opponent, it would be a pretty strong statement. It would show that he means business and wants to be the best heavyweight in the world again. Zhang, who is known as the Big Bang, fought a great fight with the highly rated Filip Hrgovic on the undercard of Usyk vs. Joshua too. Zhang almost won, but the judges gave a unanimous decision win to the Croatian. Since then, Zhang's manager, Tommy Lane, has made a strong case for his fighter to be Joshua's next opponent. He told Vegas Insider, Zhang beat Hrgovic, who many top contenders have avoided, and flat out turned down. Zhang won that fight, even though his hand wasn't raised at the end. Also, Hrgovic was hit hard and needs time to get better. After the fight, Zhang went back to the hotel and Hrgovic went to the hospital. AJ and Zhang's plans are the same. The last time they fought was the same night. Zhang wasn't hurt in his fight and he's already back in the gym. If AJ wants him to fight again, he'll be ready to go. Zhang and Joshua have a history and unfinished business from when they were amateurs and fought at the Olympics in 2012. Zhang has the support of all of China, and AJ is still one of the most famous boxers in the world. Joshua versus Zhang is by far the biggest fight that Eddie Hearn has talked about in public. Lastly, Jarrell Miller or Luis Ortiz. Before Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. in 2019 in one of the biggest upsets in boxing history, he was set to fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. The lead up to Joshua and Miller's fight got very heated, but the American had to drop out when he tested positive for banned substances. Miller then stayed out of the ring for 4 years. He came back earlier this year and has won 2 fights so far, with another scheduled for October 2nd. If he got through that fight without getting hurt, he could go right back to camp and get ready to fight Joshua again. Miller weighed in at an amazing 24 stone 5 pounds for his comeback fight earlier this year. Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter, would have a hard time being persuaded that a fight with Miller would be worth it, since he has said in the past, "In the end, I don't think he should be allowed to fight again, but I'm not the governing bodies. I'm not the commissions. I like Jarrell Miller and I think he's a nice guy, but he repeatedly cheated to try to get an unfair advantage in a fight against another athlete, and he really owes me money, and he's going to pay me." A fight between Joshua and Ortiz would be a big-name bout without too much risk. This is the best way to describe it. At one point, the Cuban was a very strong heavyweight fighter. On 2 occasions, he gave Deontay Wilder his toughest fights. The last time they fought, Ruiz beat Ortiz easily, but Ortiz is still a big name in the heavyweight division. Ortiz could give Joshua the chance to win against a strong opponent without putting him at too much risk of losing for the 3rd time in a row. Finally, Artur Beterbiev Anthony Yarde being planned for January 28th, assuming Yarde wins his November tune-up. Artur Beterbiev and Anthony Yarde will now fight for the unified light heavyweight title on January 28th in London, promoter Frank Warren told IFL TV on Monday. First, Yarde must win a tune-up fight on November 19th in the UK against a yet-to-be-named opponent and not get hurt. Beterbiev, 18-0 with 18 KOs, was supposed to fight Yarde on October 29th to defend his 3 175-pound titles. However, the Russian had to have surgery on his right knee first. The surgery was done after Beterbiev knocked out Joe Smith Jr. in the 2nd round, giving him his 3rd title. Beterbiev, a Russian-Canadian who is 37 years old, is the only champion in boxing who has won every professional fight by knockout. Beterbiev is ESPN's #1 boxer at 175 pounds and their #7 boxer overall. In a rematch in December, Yarde, 22-2 with 21 KOs, knocked out Lyndon Arthur in the 4th round. This made up for a loss in 2020 and gave him a mandatory shot at the title. Sergey Kovalev knocked out the 31-year-old boxer from London in the 11th round of their only match for the title in 2019. Unfortunately, guys, that is all the time we have for today. For more MMA news, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, cheers!